lady, have a conversation with Michael. I'm not home with Michael. Michael's just not logging on. You're there with him. Tell me why. I need to know too. And welcome back to the Angry Teacher channel. I'm Richard Williams, the Angry Teacher. If it's your first time here, thanks for coming by. I love when you guys check out the videos. I would suggest checking out the playlist too, because there's so many different types and it speaks to whatever you're going through as a teacher, as a parent, as a student, as a person in general. There's so many things going on this channel. I want you to check them out. Once you have, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification so you can see when the next videos are coming out. I'm excited to have you with us. Thanks for coming by. Be a part of the family. Those of you who've been here before, you know I love y'all. Thanks for the encouragement, the comments, the likes. Continue to give it. Continue to help us build the Angry Teacher brand, because this is for you. This is because of you. Let's get into the video. I don't see the purpose most times of most parent-teacher conferences. Yeah, I said what I said. Because I think, especially at some schools that I've worked at, I think they've done it incorrectly, if you will. These conferences are supposed to be about the concern of particular situations that are impeding students from learning. And I think it's just used as a get out of jail card for most parents and students. So here are a couple of things. Students fail for two reasons, especially now during this pandemic episode that we're going through as a nation. Students will fail for two reasons. They're not attending classes online. They're not logging on, maybe because they can't or they just don't. And because they're not doing the work, maybe because they don't have the equipment to do so. Regardless, those are the two reasons kids usually fail. I don't believe, and I'll put it out there, I don't believe any teacher will go out of their way to fail a child because they don't like them for whatever reason. Admittedly, I know that there are going to be social issues, things happening outside of the building that are beyond the parent's control, or things happening that even though the parent has some control, there's still at lunch, there's bullying. Outside of the building, kids have to go home through bullet-ridden alleyways. I get that. I also get that there are home problems that, maybe there's an abusive parent, maybe there's no food at home, maybe there's the student has to take care of younger siblings or an older relative. I get that. Are those things that should be in a parent conference? Yes. If that's what's impeding my student from getting there, I'm all for it. However, here's what parent-teacher conferences do, especially in my building or buildings like mine. It's become something, it's coming to the end of the grading period, or the grades are coming due. And so now I'm trying to find a way to save my child's grades. So let me attack the parent. Or let me find out what the child can do now in the 9th week or the 8th week to fix the problem. These meetings frustrate the teachers because it's usually after school or during a time where I have other students in front of me. So that's frustrating because you're taking me away from students who do their work for one who doesn't. It frustrates the parents because they have to take time off from work to either Zoom in, or they have to come in to have a conversation about something that could have been handled earlier. And it frustrates the students. Now you're embarrassed because your parents are bringing this up in front of your teachers and vice versa. And then there's an administrator who knows what's going on to, or a counselor. So it's a lot of embarrassment on all rounds. Or you are realizing that, oh my God, they caught me. I didn't do any work. So now I'm screwed. So all of that's there. It frustrates administrators too, because especially in my building and other buildings like mine, they're giving up something that they could be doing, something way more important than just talking about one kid. They could be doing something that impacts more students because of the students' lack of doing anything initially. So it's just waste time to me. I've had parent conferences after school on my personal time to talk about a kid, and sometimes it goes on for 30 minutes because mom is trying to figure out what's going on. My solution to all of this, my resolve: parents, pay attention to what your kids are doing, especially in my district. We have a parent portal. You can log on and check things out and see what grades they have in every class at all times. Even if you don't know how to finagle the technology, ask your child. We have trainings for them. They go through this. There's a ninth grade course that they are trained on how to do their student portals, to go through the whole process. So if you, come on, baby, log on. I need to see what your grades are. Oh, this teacher didn't give you any grades this week? Why not? Let me call the teacher. Let me email the teacher. There should be no waiting until whenever the teacher gets around to calling all 200 kids because Susie's not doing her work, because you see Susie at home on her phone doing nothing, or Susie's still in bed at 12 o'clock p.m. Something is wrong, Mom. You need to be checking on your child more frequently. And like I've said before, there needs to be a healthy fear of your parents and what's going on at home. You know you don't want, and I tell these kids all the time, you know how your mom will respond if I called. Why are we going there? Make sure you get the work done. Make sure you do what you're supposed to. Make sure you attend class so mom doesn't have to hear about any of this. You don't have to hear mom going off on you all the time or taking stuff away from you because you're not doing your work. That's simply how we solve this problem. Now, if there's a death in the family or an illness in the family or things going on at home that mom or dad wants us to know about, I'm all for the parent conferences because I understand communication is key, and that's how we get little Susie or little Michael to get to the next level, to be successful. It defeats the purpose if you're just calling me out from my other 30-something kids to talk about your one kid. And what usually is the problem, what usually comes out of those meetings is that Michael isn't doing any work because Michael doesn't log in. Oh, Susie's not coming to class? Okay, so what can she do to make up the work? That's all that comes out of it all the time. I need you administrators, I need you parents to shut it down. Oh, you're failing? Why are you failing? You're not doing the work, you're not coming to class. So let me email the teacher or let me call the teacher and find out why. Well, you know why, because they're not coming to class or doing anything, but let me find out, is there anything we can do? If not, okay, so you take that L, we move on. Because it's easier for a parent, if Susie's failing 2 classes, it's easier for a parent to call or email 2 teachers. There's this belief, especially in my building and schools like mine, that the teacher needs to communicate with this every time Susie doesn't do any work. Let's be realistic for a minute, Mom. If every teacher has approximately 180 to 200 kids, how are we going to call a parent every time at least 80 of them don't do the work for the week or don't log in? Or it's a very hard thing to do for us because we have more kids than you do. You only have that 1, 2, or whatever. It's still a lot less than 200 kids. You can do the legwork. Email, and not every 2 minutes either, because that can become overwhelming because we're still in the pandemic like every other parent. Teachers are parents, teachers have issues, teachers are online for 8+ hours a day. So if for me to check an email to find out, oh, I realize that Michael isn't doing any work. Is there anything he can do? What is he doing wrong? Lady, have a conversation with Michael. I'm not home with Michael. Michael's just not logging on. You're there with him. Tell me why. I need to know too. So those are things that frustrate me. And I know it's a little bit deeper than that for some, and once again, hear me out. Let me be clear. I do not have a problem with parent-teacher conferences that are productive based on home situations or Michael, and I have a couple of those students this year. Michael used to do something and now he's not doing anything anymore. We don't even have to have a parent conference with the counselors and all that stuff. Mom, you can call me and let me know. Or if I realize something's wrong and I have the time, I can call Michael's mom. Mom, Michael used to do work. Is everything okay? Blah, blah, blah. But for you to find out what he can do week 8, that's saying that you're not paying attention. He's your kid. You loan him to me for 90 minutes every other day, but he's your kid. Another thing that they always say is, oh, that's my child and I care about my child's education. I want my child to succeed. Then why are you caring on week 9? We've been trying to reach you, Mom. The numbers don't work. You don't respond to emails. What else do you want me to do? Go visit you at the house? You only have the 1 kid. I've got 200 that I have to deal with. Plus a life. And for you to use my personal time because that's when you're available, I find that a problem too. So In my opinion, districts, y'all got to work on that. Why are we mandated? We're not lawyers or doctors that are, you call us back because there's an emergency. Miss X is having a child, so you stop what you're doing and you go to the hospital to go deliver the baby. We're teachers. You don't need to be using my personal time because that's when you're available. You need to make the time because it's your child. I'm gonna need y'all parents to step up. I'm gonna put it out there. Administrators, stop opening up the door to all of this. You could shut this down. Okay, let me talk to Michael. Michael, what are you not doing in that class? Michael, oh, so here it says that you were absent 10 times. Michael, why are your mom drops you off? Why are you not in class? Michael, why aren't you doing any work? Maybe Michael's the problem, Mom. Have a conversation with your son instead of trying to blame the other adult that's the only little control you have in your house, outside of your house. Control what's going on in your home, not blame other people for what you're not doing. That's all the time I have for today. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Until the next video, go out there and be great. Hey, let's just go out there and teach.